Hello everyone, welcome for this new episode of the ESO News. Today we are the 28th February 2016 and we are not going to focus entirely on the Thief Guilds this time. During the ESO Live we had the lead designer Philip Draven and Mandy Parker explaining different aspects of the gameplay related to the justice system and the Thieves Guilds, and it was very interesting. We also saw the senior concept artist Emerson Euang came also to explain how he was creating all those new set of armor. So very interesting, but I believe we have more important topics to discuss this time. We will start immediately with a series of various news. I have here my little list. Let's get started. First of all, cross-faction trial in the group finder. This is something the developer have stated they really wanted to do it, but it seemed like in a very long time. But no, surprise, this will come this DLC in the same time that all the change regarding the group finder that I will explain later. It includes the new one, Maw of Lorcash, but also the old one and Dragon's Arena. Good news, the DLC Thieves Guild will be released in the same time for North America region and Europe region. The maintenance should start at 6 AM Eastern Time, which is the lunchtime for Europe. It is possible in future to have a bundle with various DLC for sort of discount price. This is something the developers are thinking about, so we will just have to wait and see. Zenimax is currently testing the Battle Spirit buff to see if it needs certain adjustment for certain campaign, like the non-champion points campaign. If the players enjoy the haze dailies that are included in the Thieves Guilds, it's this kind of mini dungeon where you have to sneak your way and cross the guards to get some treasure in a certain amount of time. If the players enjoy that, the developer might consider to add some more to the 5 existing ones. In the same way, Philip Draven and Mandy Parker have assured they are going to watch the reaction of the players to see if they enjoy the content, and they may add some new system to the game. So if you have any wish, do not hesitate to share it. It is confirmed that the traveling merchant in Cyrodiil will sell Veteran 16 items, while the bags you can buy with the Alliance points will not contain Veteran 16 items for now. This will be upgraded in the next year. Zenimax are planning to open certain zones like Orsinium and allow cross-faction gameplay. That will be something really cool. Players have asked for it since a very long time. All the sets might get an update to drop at max level, but require some testing to see if they are competitive with the new set. 3 old sets have already been confirmed to drop in the last trial, like I said in the last episode. 50% chance to get a gold jewelry will be added to the weekly reward of the Maelstrom Arena, together with the 100% chance of getting a weapon. Some teas as well has been announced, like poison making, new animation or new emote. Interesting. That's all for the various news. A very important discussion is going on the forum right now. Zenimax have asked the tank some feedback regarding tanking in the Elder Scrolls Online. And there's a lot of persons that have already answered to this thread sharing their opinion. You can already see some trend. Most of the time the tanks are quite happy about how active you need to be a good tank in the Elder Scrolls Online. The fact that you need to actively block, dodge, control the bosses, etc. People enjoy tanking. Unfortunately, there is also a lot of negative points. The most important one is the fact that tanks feel useless. It's useless to be a tank in normal dungeon, it's useless to be a tank in most veteran dungeon, and in some encounter like the Planar Inhibitor in White Gold Tower or the Engine Guardian in Darkshade Cavern, it's even harmful to be a tank, and they often need to equip a bow or another ranged weapon to be efficient and to be able to do the fight. Also, tanks are not happy of the state of the heavy armor, which do not provide enough buff. Wise understand that it's not possible, or it requires some balance due to PvP reason, because otherwise tank in PvP are unkillable. In addition, they don't find they have enough tool to control the fight, and they also deplore the fact that they do not really have any good armor set. I'm not a tank, I'm a healer, but I feel very concerned by the state of the tank, healing and DPSing in the Elder Scrolls Online, so I've opened a discussion because I thought it was the right moment to do it regarding the state of tanking, healing and DPSing inflation. So in this discussion I've also made a little video that you can see on my channel where I share my feelings very shortly, but in this discussion we are mostly underlying the fact that DPS are way too unbalanced right now. You can have players doing massive amount of damage, and this ruins the fun for tank and healer, making them obsolete most of the time. It's a lot better to be a good DPSer with some self-heal, and that's it. So I hope the developers will be attracted by this discussion and will have a look and see the reaction of the player. And if you have an opinion regarding those two topics, please have a look on the forum. I put the links below like usual. A very interesting article has been published explaining in detail all the change for the group tool that will be included with the patch Thieves Guild. So this is included in the base patch. You do not need to buy the Thieves Guild to have access to it. So for years the group tool have not worked so well, players were not using it, they prefer to organize themselves in the drone chat or check on friend and guild, and it has received some recent improvement already, allowing players to cross-faction group, but only using the group tool. The changes are very interesting, and I think will make the whole dungeon experience a lot simpler. First of all, now you can pre-made a group, maybe with friends and even cross-faction friends. You can use the group tool and it will teleport you and battle level you in the instance of your choosing. Also, if you choose a random dungeon, you will have a reward to do it every day, which can include a blue item. But also, if you decide to continue to do more dungeon, you will receive still some experience and a reward that can include a green item. So that's pretty much encourage players to do more dungeon and to be rewarded every time they do it. So not only you will want to do the gold and the silver pledge, but also you will want to do some random dungeon in the group tool, and you can do it with your friends, cross-faction friends. So this is also rewarding players to play together, and it does not punish social interaction with pre-made group like in many games. But Zenimax is not stopping here. They have announced in this article as well that they are currently working on a ready check function and a vote kick function. That will be for later though. 10 days ago it was the Hearst Day mass event happening on the PTS. This was a small teeny little event organized by Zenimax. They didn't make a lot of fuss about it, they even didn't announce it on the official forum, they just shared it on Twitter. So this was to show that it was nothing big, but a lot of players were imagining and expecting something a lot bigger. So basically what it was simply a rendezvous in front of the Oriel Temple in Oridon, and you had Lawrence Schick on Twitch TV making the mass for the player to watch in the same time they were present at this mass. But there was no real organization to, I don't know, order the players, and they were not standing in the correct place and anything. So for everyone that have missed this event that only lasted even not 5 minutes, here is the mass completely. So if you're not interested, you can skip that part. So we will listen to Lawrence Schick.
Welcome all. Come, gather round. Come, wedding aspirants. Gather we now, before the eyes and between the hands of Mara, loving Mother Goddess, and goddess of loving another. For to love another is to honor the mother, exalting thereby both mother and mortal. Gather we here before the loving gaze of loving Mara, to recognize the bond of love between mortals. For only in love is a mortal's life eternal, and only in the sacred bonds of love can a mortal live forever. Repeat with me now, as Mara is life, so life is love. As Mara is life, so life is love. Acknowledge we now the oaths and vows of those who gather before Mara to pledge their love. For thus these vows become real, as the divines, through their vows, made real the world around us. Acknowledge we here the holy truth that love begets life. Therefore, for these, Mara's love is truth. For those who love multiply the life of the world, and their vows create more life from love. Repeat with me now. As Mara gave life, so we give love. As Mara gave life, so we give love. So respect we now these vows eternal, no matter the nature of those who do love. For the nature of one is the nature of all, and through every heart flows the blood of the divines. So respect we here the vows of those gathered, for Mara loves all who do love. For Mara gave life that all may love, and all vows of love we respect in her name. Repeat with me now. To respect all life, respect all love. To respect all life, we respect all love. And so the deed is done.
Let's see what the Crown Store have in store for us during this month of March. 3 March we should have the Freckle Guar and the Crafting Motif Mercenary. The Mercenary motif was quite easy to obtain by just simply doing daily pledge. It was a reward in a chest, so most players that have done dungeons regularly should have it by now, but if you don't, you will be able to purchase it. In the same times, then the Thief's Guild DLC will be released those items: the Pirate Costume Pack, the Hammerfell Camel, the Kindlespit Dragon Frog, and the Crone Mimic Stone, which will allow you to craft any sort of motif, so you do not need to have the rare material anymore. This will be released the 7th March for PC and Mac, the 22 March for Xbox One, the 23 March for PlayStation 4. And lastly, and probably the most interesting merchandise in the Crown Store at this day, will be Titis Andromo, the banker, and Nuzime, the Martian. They will be available the 31 March, and they are the first assistant. So what is an assistant? It's a companion. It serves as a pet, so you cannot have a pet in the same time that you have an assistant. And the banker serves as a bank, and the merchant serves as merchant, so you can sell stuff or bank stuff, and you can use it everywhere except Cyrodiil, so even in a dungeon. Other players can use it as well, so if you are a group of friends, one of you get the banker, everyone can use it. This week I would like to speak about Crucifer Gaming, known also on the forum by the name CXNB16_ESO, which is a new YouTuber, and he has created a series of videos that show off the beautiful landscape of Tamriel. He's editing those videos in high quality. It's very clean, very professional, without any sort of music, so you just have the atmospheric sound, and the way it chooses plan, it's very slow but fast enough, varied enough, really show you a very nice overview of the landscape. And this is particularly interesting because he has released 3 videos regarding the Thieves Guild DLC, so you can really see how beautiful are the landscape in the new DLC that is coming up. So have a look on his YouTube channel. You can see him on the forum as well. It's really someone that deserves to be known in a very beautiful series of video, and I hope he will continue to do so. I'm really encouraging him to continue this series. And to end this episode, I would like to underline the fact that there are several good articles at the moment on the official website of the Elder Scrolls Online. Some are related to lore and introduce you the characters that you will meet in your adventure in the Thieves Guild, but also an article regarding the loyalty reward that players will receive if they purchase a DLC. Do not hesitate to watch my other video on this channel. I've uploaded several extracts from my live stream that you can see that will show you some gameplay of the Thieves Guild. But you can also expect very soon my first impression video. I should be able to do it this week. I wish you to spend some great time, take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye bye everyone.